Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on The Lion King. And it stars the voices of Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Alfre Woodard, Billy Eichner, John Kani, John Oliver, Beyoncé, and James Earl Jones. And the film is a photorealistic CGI remake of the classic 1994 film, which 1994, The Lion King, it's a classic film. It's a childhood favorite of mine. I always watched it from time to time. And, if you grew up in the 90s, The Lion King is on the list of, favorite childhood films that you watched as a kid, 90s films. Lion King would be on there. And the film was directed by Jon Favreau. He's an actor and he's a really good director. You know him, of course, as Happy Hogan from the Iron Man films. Also, the Avengers, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home. Really enjoy that character that he plays in the MCU. He also directed The Jungle Book, which is another live-action Disney remake that they did from the animated film. He directed Cowboys and Aliens, which I remember really liking. He was also in, of course, Daredevil, where he ended up playing Foggy, the Ben Affleck Daredevil. And I saw the film today. I got lucky to see the film because I was really going to see it last night at one of those early screenings that they do before the film comes out the next day. But tickets were selling out like crazy. There were sold out screenings, and I saw today that there was one seat available in a regular theater because I wanted to see this in Adobe Cinema at my AMC, but tickets and showings were getting sold out for that. And Adobe Cinema is the best way to view a movie. If you have AMC or like a theater that has Dolby Cinema or Dolby Atmos, I would highly recommend it. It's the best way to view a movie because the picture is great, the sound is really clear and loud, and the seats end up vibrating like you feel like you're in the film. So obviously I didn't get a chance to see this film in the Dolby, but ended up seeing it in a regular theater. It was an afternoon screening, and I gotta say, I liked the film. I had fun with it. It was a very enjoyable film. Obviously, it's not as good as the 1994 classic, but I liked it, and I thought the actors did a good job voicing the characters. And basically, the plot is the same plot as the 1994 film, where it's about Simba, who is this young lion, and he must embrace the role to be the rightful king of his native land. And his father, Mufasa, who is voiced by James Earl Jones, who was the voice of Mufasa in the 1994 film, which that was really cool that they got James Earl Jones back to voice Mufasa. And I could not see anybody else voicing Mufasa but James Earl Jones. I don't think they could have gotten anybody else to voice Mufasa, because I really like James Earl Jones voicing Mufasa in the 1994 classic, and it was a little throwback. It was a little nostalgia here, hearing his voice once again. But of course, Mufasa ends up, getting murdered by the hands of, Simba's uncle, who was Scar, and Scar is voiced by Chiwetel Ejiofor, which he did a pretty good job. Jeremy Irons voiced Scar in the 1994 film, and Simba was voiced by Donald Glover, which was really cool. Matthew Broderick ended up voicing Simba in the 1994 film. You have Timon and Pumbaa, Timon was voiced by Billy Eichner, and Pumbaa was voiced by Seth Rogen, which was a good casting choice. Seth Rogen, sounded like Pumbaa, and there was a point where Seth Rogen was doing, his laugh, the like that. And I'm like, oh, it's Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen with the laugh, even though he's voicing Pumbaa. You have Zazu, who is voiced by John Oliver. He did pretty good. Nala, who is voiced by Beyoncé. I know a lot of people have a problem with Beyoncé, voicing in the film, saying that, oh, she destroyed this film. But to me, it didn't bother me. And Nala, the Nala character has a bigger role here in this film than in the 94 film. But others you had Keegan-Michael Key here in the film voicing, which was cool. Of course, you had the hyenas. The movie follows the same plot as the 94 film. You still have the songs like "The Circle of Life," which opens the film. You have "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," also from the original film. Hakuna Matata. "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" So you have all the songs from the original film here. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's this film is a shot for shot copy of the 94 film. And kind of in a way, as you think about it, it is kind of like a shot for shot copy, but it's just CGI and beautifully done. I like how the nature viewpoints in this film, they were very well shot, very beautifully done, and mind blowing, I guess, in my opinion, I gotta say. But The Lion King, the 2019 film here, I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. Obviously, not as good as the 94 classic, but it's still worth the watch if you're a fan of The Lion King. If you if you grew up with the 94 film, definitely give this a watch. And what they were doing is they were bringing a new generation for people to like this film and get to know The Lion King if they never saw it. If any people or kids of this new generation haven't seen the 94 film, but The Lion King, I liked it. Like I said, not as good as the 94 classic, of course, but still worth the watch. And I thought Jon Favreau did a good job directing the film. Anyways, that's it for my review of The Lion King. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Let me know what you all thought of the film. If you guys have seen it in the comments section down below. So anyways, thank you for watching, and give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until next video, I'll see you all later.